Hello, everybody. Colin Miller from Pacific Yurts. I've got Daniel here in Salt Lake City over at the Hyatt Regency in downtown, right?
That's right in the middle of downtown Salt Lake City, Utah.
Love it. Love it. Well, Daniel, thanks for being here. Obviously, thanks for being a client. Would love to maybe kick off today with just, I'll present a little background. Daniel came to us, was it kind of like April, May of last year, and said, "Hey, looking at a yurt." And if I remember correctly, you're a big time skier, and you've seen the Viking yurt quite a bit, right?
Yes, up in Park City. So yeah,
Yeah,
my wife and I ski a lot, and it's kind of always been an après ski. Just is such a vibe up there to take a break skiing and go get a bite to eat and a drink. And they're obviously really popular up in the mountains. So we we have a really large event terrace here at the hotel that's on the sixth floor, and so we were always looking for ways to kind of activate the space. And we said, why not bring the mountains down to the city? And we reached
yeah,
out and worked through kind of the plan for a yurt.
that's cool. So tell me when you're like, let's bring the mountains down. I mean, big terrace, I get that. What what were you thinking about before you landed on a yurt, or was the yurt like the obvious choice? Like, what did that?
No, I mean, not initially. We've been open here for just over 3 years. And in those 3 years, the previous two seasons, winter seasons, we're always trying to activate this space. It's right outside one of our restaurants. So it's always just kind of a blank canvas. So we've tried various things. And we tried something called Santa's Village, which was more of just, kind of Santa out here in a little house. We tried curling with, synthetic ice. We
Awesome,
we tried that out here
awesome.
for a couple years, and honestly, nothing really stuck. And what we kept running into was we needed to have protection from the elements, really. And for us up here, just where we're located in the valley between two mountain ranges, it gets super windy. And so, I know in our conversations, that was one of my first questions is
Right,
what's the wind rating on these things?
right.
To make
I
sure.
think if I looked at my notes, you'd said, "Oh yeah, pretty much like 60-mile-per-hour winds coming through this terrace," and
Right.
I was like, "The yurts are covered, but dang, it's not like you're gonna want to sit out there uncovered,
Exactly.
enjoying your cocktail in 60-mile-per-hour winds."
Yeah, exactly. So,
You put the yurt up, you get it out on social, you're marketing it. What was the initial feedback from the public that you heard?
I mean, I can't tell you how many people come up here just to look at it. But the holiday yurt programming. So basically, we did a chef's tasting dinner inside the
Cool.
yurt for 32 people every Friday and Saturday, and those sold out within. I think as soon as we put it on social media, and we did some influencers on the first weekend, and as soon as we put it out there, it sold out within the week. So
Wow.
it was pretty crazy. It was great to see your kind of your vision come to life, and people gravitate towards it. So it was awesome. The piece that I didn't expect to take off as much that certainly has is using it as event space. We're a convention hotel, so we've got a ton of just group business, and I've been really pleased with how many groups want to use this for a VIP space or just a unique, kind of event function space. So we've sold so many of those.
In your opinion, or have you looked at the numbers and just said like, okay, this thing's paid it off? Like, what does that look like?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the ROI for us, as we went through the project, we certainly wanted to make sure that it was going to be a profitable venture. Yeah, we've paid it off in 1 year. So, all in with everything you just mentioned. Obviously doing decor, that's a pretty major added expense that but we wanted it to feel and look a certain way. And if you're going to go in, you got to go all the way. And so yeah, all in, we've paid it off in 1 year, so which is exciting.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm waiting for next year when you give me a call and say, all right, we're not taking it down. We're just leaving
Yeah.
it up. It's too good. Because you
Or I need
mentioned weddings and events, and I was like, we have plenty of clients who use it for a wedding venue, so I could see that too. In terms of just the whole project, looking back over this, first season, purchase process, evaluating everything, are there any, for the newer buyers out there, other hotels or event spaces thinking about something like this, anything that you would recommend or, call out?
The first windy day up here, it was a little nerve-wracking. But, I remember
Will it
standing.
hold?
I was like, "Am I gonna have to hold the roof down?" But honestly, it has performed extremely well. I think, our lessons that we've learned are, we're adjacent to a restaurant, which is kind of where we do our food service from. But if you're gonna use it for this kind of application, you certainly have to look at the logistics of what that food operation looks like.
Getting
And
food from
that's
here to there. Yeah.
exactly. And we don't, to your point, we space is premium in here. We wanted to put as many seats as we possibly could. You can see a little bit of kitchen equipment behind us, but really that's just hot holding. The yurt went up. We had a team of, I think it was 3 or 4 people. They put it up within a matter of 3 days, I think 2 days,
Sounds about right. Yeah.
and working 8-hour days. So it wasn't like it was a huge stress on our operation by any means. So yeah, I would say I would certainly do it. From the Pacific Yurts product point of view, I would do it exactly the same. From the insulation, the quality of the product, I would certainly do it exactly the same way.
Love it. Well, Daniel, thank you for your time. Thank you for being a client, and appreciate everyone viewing. Go ahead and go check out Salt Lake City Hyatt Regency. Get out there and go see what's going on at the yurt. And I guess one last question is, you mentioned the Viking yurt that you've been there. Does your yurt have a name? Is it
It does.
cataloged as something?
We have called it Chalet on 6. So
Chalet on 6. That's
that's
good.
that's what we
Oh,
came up with. So
hold that
it's
ski vibe. I like it.
it's right. Yeah. And yeah, it's been great, and thank you again for the partnership, and it's been a great experience.
Awesome. Thanks, Daniel.
Thanks.